Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining with us this late afternoon session. Today's topic is about getting started with Office Practice Manager. We have released the beta version since June, which would have been added to those who have been on service package with us, and if you are currently using it, you will notice some changes with new features and access have been added to this version to make the workflow very easier. These changes will from today be added to the live production accounts. So, what is Office Practice Manager? Office Practice Manager is the practice management tool for BAS and tax agents to track the workflow on your clients and reporting process. With features including Clients Manager, Jobs Manager, Tasks Manager, Calendar, Schedules, Timesheets and Billing and so on. Office Practice Manager is now part of GovReports packages, Savvy as well as on-demand plans. Depending on your business structure, how your service, your clients and the type of client you have or their service requirement, the use of Office Practice Manager can be different for everyone. And you can customize your workflow and set that as the standard for you and your staff to follow. And presenting today's session, I have the honor of having Rob Boone, a registered BAS agent and bookkeeping trainer, as the guest speaker and presenter. Rob only just has access to Office Practice Manager since last week and only just started to use this tool. So let us now hear from Rob how he gets started with Office Practice Manager to manage his workflow and clients. Over to Rob Boone. Thanks, Rob.
Okay, I'm hoping everyone can now see the Office Manager screen. So if you select on John Smith, yes. So that's the one we're looking for. All right. Now what I've done here is I've actually put together a little videos that'll take you through the actual thing quickly. So I'm going to just introduce some of the elements, and then I will actually play the videos. That's if I can work out how to do that from here, because this one I can't actually see, so I may have to play it on my screen here, and you just won't see the music, that's all. Okay, let's quickly look at this. Okay, to create a client, we click on Clients, and then what we would do is click on New. Now I've actually created one here, so I'm not actually going to create one here, but I'll just take you through the process, the step-by-step, and then I'll play the video and you'll see it all the way through. So you'd enter in the ABN number for the client, whether it be an individual or a non-individual, enter in the organisation name, and then when you come down to organisation type, you can choose whether it's a main name, a trading name, other name, or whatever it happens to be. The business structure then would be whether we're a sole trader, a partnership, a company, a trust, or whatever it may be. You can enter in a trading name and a display name and then click on Save. So that would be the first process. I've actually set up a client here, which is actually the equipment. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just quickly play a video for you which actually shows you the creation step by step, and you'll actually see it actually happen. So just bear with me. Okay, so a couple of things I want to look at here. Once you've got the client selected, we click on checklist. Now this is the section that outlines all of the information and what services that you're going to find. Now in this first date, we're looking at a date that the client was first, or you were engaged with the client, or the client first became a client of yours. Over here on the right hand side, you will see you've got a new business or an existing business. So if this is a new business, you can click on new. If it's not, just leave it at no. Now the date of registration is, if this is a proprietary limited company, you can actually place in there the date of incorporation. Now the reason for that is that every year there is a renewal notice that comes out, and obviously has to be paid. And again, if any of you are registered ASIC agents as I am, that can also become extremely useful. Now the next one, which is the reasons for leaving previous service provider. Again, this is pure information for yourself. It's not required, but it can be useful information. Now down under section A, I'm just going to look at just some of these. I won't go through all of them, but this is just outlining now what services you are going to be providing to this particular client. So you may be reviewing and recording customer supplies invoices, so we'd go yes. Reviewing bank entries, setting up and maintaining business systems and accounting software, reconciliations of bank accounts and loan accounts, preparing P&Ls and balance sheet, debtor and creditor reports, managing petty cash. These are typical things that that one would normally do. Create, manage, close financial or related accounts. So in other words, we're talking about possibly loan accounts, those kinds of things, and manage your asset registers. If you're doing payroll, you would go into payroll. If you're doing BAS, you would go into BAS, TPAR, end of year services, etc., etc. I'm not going to go through all of those. I'll just quickly look at them. Now, as we come across, then we go through to the engagement letter. Now, the engagement letter is the letter that you would do to the client, or would go out to the client. So we're going to date it. It's been dated today, and it would be addressed to the particular client involved. Okay, so, and then there is sections down the bottom which you can put in specifically and fill in for yourself with additional information. Again, with service fees is the next one down. Responsibilities for the client. Now, if you have your own client agreement, then you may wish to use your own client agreement. If you don't have a client agreement, this is probably the next best thing for you, because at least you then have something in place. All right, billing settings. If you are going to be using billing from within Office Manager, then here is where you can actually edit your billing requirements. So whether you're putting in a rate per hour and whether that's GST inclusive or it's not, and then you can just update it from there. Now this is one of the really good parts about this one is the file notes, and this allows you to keep file notes on your clients, discussions you've had with them, communications, etc., etc., can all be recorded here, or information that that you need to keep and reference at a later date. So this will be kept all together with this particular client. Now, your attachments. If you need to send or put an attachment up to your records, you can click on attachments, and this will actually attach to, and I've actually attached this one to my Dropbox. So I'm just going to just click on this, and we will go back to, say, Dropbox, and we're just going to upload one item to Dropbox, and then click Save, and that document will then be saved into your Office Manager for this particular client. Okay. All right, so that's that section. The next one we're going to look at quickly is creating recurring job templates. Now there are jobs and job templates. Now remember, a template is something, and I'm going to create a recurring job template. Now the purpose of the job template actually holds the tasks. So when I do, like with gym equipment, I will say open this one up, and I can then look at all the tasks, and I've actually put in a whole bunch of tasks here. So I've set up and said, well, okay, what this job is the monthly processing. Now what I've done is I've set this up so that it recurs, so it's scheduled to start on the 1st of January 17. Now I want all the processing finished by the 29th of the January. It's been allocated off to John Smith, and it will then get added to the calendar. The frequency is monthly, so it will keep recurring month by month as we go. And there is, at this particular point in time, there's no end date. Now the tasks then, what I've done here is broken these down, and you'll see this sort of goes through fairly quickly in another little video that I've done just quickly, just to outline it. So the task is to gather all bank statements, which, as you know, that's one of the things we need to get to start with. Download the statement, save it off as a PDF, download the next statement, download the integrated account, enter the transactions and ensure all the transactions on one are entered and it's reconciled. Same thing with the second one. Make sure we've reconciled the integrated account, reconcile the inter-entity loan accounts if there is any, and oftentimes there is. And also that's checked back against the loan account for that particular entity as well. And then make sure we check and clear any outstanding entries in suspense account. Now I've made this one fairly simple in that it's not GST, this company is not actually GST registered, so therefore I've made a note in the thing that the entity is not registered for GST, has no payroll. Obviously the tasks can get a little bit more complex as you go forward with that. Now, what I will do then is look at when you're applying these, you can actually allocate this particular job to a client, and you'll see this actually run through, and you would actually attach it to a client over here. As you see the video run through shortly, it runs through for about 4.5 minutes approximately, and just shows you step by step. So hopefully at the other end of this you will be able to see this back if this is being recorded. I'm not quite sure. I don't have the control over at this end as I thought I might, but that's okay. I'm sure GovReports are doing that on that end anyway. Alright, so once it's actually attached to a client, then you can actually see it in your calendar, and in this particular instance it was January, so you can now see the tasks are actually in January. So we've got a starting and a finishing date. You can go to the you can actually go to the tasks, and then as you complete each of the tasks, yeah, we've got a lot of noise in the background, so I'm not quite sure. I can't. I got no control over the microphones, unfortunately. I'm sorry for the background noise. Okay. As you complete a task, all you need to do then is mark that task off as complete. You'll notice it goes to the bottom and it says it's complete. If you need to reopen that, it's just simply a matter of click it and reopen it. Okay, it's pretty much that simple and straightforward. Now what I will try and do here for you is I have another video here, and I thought I would put this together in a video form for you. So if anybody's got any questions, I will try and answer those questions if I can. Okay, so what do we got? How easy is it, so Alison is saying, how easy is it to remove all job templates if you mess up? And can this task list be printed so that it can be marked off as the client's or at the client's business instead of having GovReports open on the screen? To answer the first part of that, Alison, yes, these can in fact be deleted. So over on the top right hand corner you'll see there's a delete button. If we go into tasks, each of these can also be deleted. Okay, the same thing, they can be edited, so the issue in terms of deleting is fine. In terms of printing, there is a print button up at the top. So I'm assuming from the main you've got a print option here. Now I haven't actually used that one, Alison, so this has all been put together and I've been sort of doing this as I go. So I haven't actually tried the print, but I'm assuming that will actually work and you should be able to print it from there A-OK. So that actually answers Shelley's question as well. Now I've got rake it to everyone. What about the recurring templates? Where do we find that to delete it or edit it? Well, the recurring templates is simply, if you just go to jobs, come down to templates, come down to recurring templates, and you'll see you've got your recurring templates, default templates, etc. all here. So there it is, there's your particular one there, and you've got a delete option to delete it. So I'm hoping that answers that question for you. Okay. Now, Deb, I think Deborah, can we use the task list for other jobs? Yes, you can. You can set up a job in here for anything that you so choose. In this particular instance for this demonstration I chose recurring templates because I thought that would be the most useful, but yes, you can set it up for other tasks. So if you've just got a simple task to do that needs to be scheduled and maybe allocated to a particular employee, it can be created here and then allocated specifically to the person it needs to be allocated to. Okay. Anne-Marie, if you mark tasks as completed, does this complete the header task? Now I'm not quite sure what you mean by that, Anne-Marie, but if you mark a task as completed, if we open them up and you look at tasks, I'm not sure if once they're all marked as completed, then I'm assuming they will all, the whole job will then be completed. Okay, so so as you go through them, they would be marked as complete. Okay, I think that's, I hope that's actually answered that question for you. Fiona. Okay, so apart from setting up, do you like it? Well, the reality is this is a brand new system, Fiona, so what I do is I do track this kind of stuff and have done in the past through spreadsheets, and I think this kind of thing is absolutely awesome. And if we can bring it into a central location, which is what these guys are actually doing, this is going to be so cool. So like I said, I've been tracking back through spreadsheets, and I'm now looking with eager anticipation to the release of this onto my system, which I believe has happened this afternoon, and I will be certainly applying it in my practice anyway. Leanne, will the calendar sync with Outlook? I don't know about that. I can't answer that question, but I can certainly come back to you on that one. I don't know on that particular one whether it does actually sync with Outlook. It may do. I would need to talk to the developers in relation to that. Okay, or with Gmail? Yeah, not sure. Quite possibly not. I don't know about that because, again, you know, this is you know, obviously a fairly secure system. I'm not sure whether it does or not, but I will ask for it. Okay, so GovReports have just come back and said not yet. Okay, so that's the technical guys are here, and they've said at this particular point there is no synchronization as yet. Okay, so there's the answer to that question. Okay, is there anybody got any other questions that they need to ask? Okay, Alison, what about an app that can be on the phone so we can use it instead of Gmail or Outlook? Now, again, that's a technical one, so I'm going to toss that to GovReports to answer that particular question as well. So I'll wait for that response to come back if they're listening. Now, Ian, if you upload documents, where are they stored? They're actually stored on the client's file in the cloud. In the same way many other cloud systems work, the same as we did with training. As a trainer, all of the students, 600 odd students, we had actually thousands of them, but I only had about 600 of them. And as a student uploaded files, and they may upload anything like 32 files for a particular subject. So they're actually stored on that file, and the only person that can get you can get to it is if you're actually on that file itself. Okay, so what GovReports has said is it does go to Dropbox as well, and those documents, and that's one thing I probably should have remembered as well, is when you actually upload a document, it can actually go to Dropbox. Okay, if I can get back to, and if I go to the jobs, and I'm just going to, this is if it's going to, it's just frozen on me for the moment. Okay, so, but it does actually go to Dropbox as well as being actually stored on the system. Okay, no more questions? No? Okay. All right, well, I'd like to say thank you for coming along, and no doubt there will be more of these. We're planning to do some more of these in different sets to take it through to the next step, so that there is a series of them, and hopefully you'll be able to get access to these a little bit later. Okay, which country stores the cloud? I do not know that. I haven't got an answer to that one, Ben. So, all right, guys, thank you very much, and I will sign out and talk to you again another day, hopefully. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Rob. Thanks, everyone. We will have follow-up webinars in the new calendar year, perhaps a more advanced version on the use of Office Practice Manager for those who are interested. Thank you, everyone.